Hi, I'm Kim Wilson,
And I'm Natasha Marchewka.
and this is Speechless. Drum roll.
We're so excited. Waiting. She's there.
I like the
She's
drum roll.
Speechless. Speechless. Welcome to our behind-the-scenes take on real life and VO, where we share our stories, our resources, and our unsolicited opinions. Hi.
Hi.
And today we have the lovely, the wonderful, the talented Lynn Wissner. I cannot wait for you guys to meet her. She is somebody who Natasha and I have coached with, and we just love her so very much.
Casting director extraordinaire, and therefore coach extraordinaire, and tons of experience. So watch the show. Welcome to our show, Lynn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I love you ladies. I'm so excited.
And we love you
so much. But I do want to share a little bit of what I know about Lynn. And then, Lynn, you can fill in some of the gaps. Because our very first question to you is, what did you do before you started coaching VO?
And that is not the first question. The first question is, did you bring anything to drink?
Of course. Duh. What's wrong with me?
Guys, it's only 2:00 here.
What? guys. It's 5 here. It's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but
Lynn.
I'm doing the whole dry January thing. So
and you're just a busy working woman.
Bottoms up.
Kim's off.
I thought, God, I drink wine like every night. That's not really good. So I kind of just decided to cut back. And
good. What I'm drinking is a green drink smoothie because I have a photo shoot tomorrow, and I don't want to drink booze and be all puffed out in the morning. So.
Right, gotcha.
What I'm drinking is the Kirkland large liter bottle of water.
From your Costco to mine.
From my down the street Costco.
I love it. And I was drinking am a spicy Paloma.
Oh,
so it's delicious.
So Kim will be way more animated tonight.
So anyway,
is there jalapeno in there?
It is.
What is the alcohol in there as well?
Tequila
and jalapenos. Look at you. Wow.
Grapefruit
juice, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Living
and
on
lime.
The wild side. Kim is
spicy.
She's a very spicy woman. Okay. So what I know is that Lynn has been in LA for almost ever and started very early as an actor and a voice actress. So Lynn, give us a little background of, in a nutshell, however many years, your journey from as a child to today being a coach, because it informs your teaching so very much.
Oh, well, I've been in LA forever because I was born here.
Okay. I was thinking, I know she was a little kid here, but did she come from somewhere else?
No, second generation, which is quite unusual.
Cool.
Quite proud of that. And I grew up in the business. My dad was a TV producer, so I grew up around the entertainment industry. But in high school, I started to do on-camera commercials and acting, which I loved. But I mostly did it for the money because I had to help pay for college. And so I did that all through high school and college, paid for college, paid for my car. But I didn't really want to be an actress. I liked it, but I didn't like the hustle part of it because I wanted a paycheck. I did very well in the on-camera commercial world and saved up that money. But when I graduated, I started to work as an assistant voiceover agent because my degree was in broadcast journalism. I loved radio. I knew nothing about voiceovers then because I only had done on-camera commercials. And so I worked as a assistant voiceover agent, which I fell in love with voiceovers, and then got into casting, and then opened up my company, VoicesVoicecasting, in the early 90s. And that's when I started teaching. And so I've been coaching ever since. Of course, casting is the main thing I do, but coaching has always followed that. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a natural mother, and
And organized.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
a nurturer. That comes across
Nurturer.
in your coaching, I think,
Mhm.
very strongly. I always felt very nurtured.
Oh,
Is a
thank
good
you.
good
Yeah.
word, right?
Yeah, I think I like that. Thank you. I'm very much a cheerleader and supporter, but very honest. And yeah, I absolutely love teaching. I love coaching. And so I've been, yeah, I'm casting like 35 years. Oh God. But coaching about as long. So it's just gone hand in hand. And the way that I coach has always been dictated from my casting experience and acting experience, and then I do voiceovers as well. So it's been a really nice career where I've had my hands in the different little pools or whatever.
So cool.
And that's
So
why
cool.
everyone needs to experience your coaching, because if anyone knows what's going on, it's this woman right here. She knows what's going on. And I'm going to, right from the top, share your websites because so Voices Voicecasting is where you find Mary Lynn's casting info, also classes and workshops and things. But we also can go right to thevopros.com and get the workshops. To me, I mean, I don't look at anything with quite so much eagerness and detail as the vopros.com. Another one's come out because they sell out so fast.
So
Yeah, they do.
fast, so eager. Like when you said eager, I'm always like, oh my God, which one's still open? Because I feel like I always miss out. They're always booked.
Well, I try to keep them, a small, like never more than like say 15 people in the class.
That's the
I try
way to do
like
it.
12, because if you have too many of people, then the director doesn't spend enough time with you and stuff like that. So that's why, and our email list is vast. So as soon as that email newsletter goes out that there's classes up, people sign up pretty quickly.
Oh yes,
So,
I am all over that.
Yeah.
But the huge benefit to the world now is, and it happened with COVID, imagine something good coming with COVID. You could only go to the VO Pros nights in person, and now you can go to them online. So then you have to be even faster.
Yeah.
But tell us what your plan is then for the future of opening up or not. Will you do both? Some online and some in person? What do you think? Because in person is so effective, but online is so convenient.
Absolutely. There are some guest directors that I've had over the years that still will only do them in person. That's why they just haven't been back these last 2 years. So those people will be in person when we can do in person. We're slowly doing in person, but some people are still kind of nervous, and I get that, and respect that. And so we will do both, but right now it's like 99% still Zoom. So
yeah. Well, I can't wait to get in there. I mean, I don't want to breathe other people's breath right now, but I felt so cool. Let me tell you, and Mary Lynn knows this already, moving to LA, afraid to get on the interstates because I'd lived in small towns for 7 years. I'm from Toronto, but I'd lived in small towns for 7 years, and I was terrified to drive into the city, into LA. But I would drive to Mary Lynn's Meet the Pros nights, and from Santa Clarita into Studio City. And there wasn't much traffic at that time because I think they start at 7 or 6 or something like that.
Start at 7, but it's that 5 going into that 101 to the that turn right there. I know.
Oh yeah. So, but I got over my fear of driving on the interstate in LA because of those classes. I went to, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5.
So nice.
And now I'm not afraid at all. Yay!
Oh, see, I love stories like that. How it kind of has that ripple effect. That's great.
Well, I also want to share about the VO Road Show.
I was going to ask about that. Yes,
we had Tom Pinto on, and he shared a little bit. And so the VORoadshow.com is the website, and the schedule is there. Yay! So exciting. Can you share with us your whole idea for the VO Road Show?
Sure. It kind of came out of sort of a conversation between me, Tom Pinto, and Jeff Howell. We're all really good friends. Tom, by the way, Tom Pinto is one of there's there's a few people that were instrumental in me starting Voicesvoicecasting back in the day, and he's one of them. So I always have a special soft spot in my heart
Aw.
for him. And our kids went to the same nursery school back in the day and stuff. So no, he was always very encouraging of me. But anyway, one day we were all talking, and there's a plethora of coaches out there, and some are great, and I'll do respect to them, but there are a lot of people out there that are coaching or teaching or advising or consulting or whatever. Again, not to sound snobby or anything like that, but they're not, in my mind, what I would call vetted, or, wow, they did 3 voiceovers and now they think they can coach talent. There was a lot of that, or a lot of these sort of gimmicky things. And, the 3 of us in particular always have a steady flow of talent that come to us, because I think what we offer is we're in the trenches. We know what's being asked. We just get down nitty gritty. This is what you need to do. And I think we're just good directors and good coaches, to say it bluntly. So we just decided, let's kind of elevate the coaching scene, and we'll bring us to certain cities rather than them having to come individually to us, or, because I would always go to, say, New York once a year and do a class. So I'll bring my friends with me that are good coaches. So that's kind of how we created it. I came up with the name, and it's just sort of, evolved, and then we just sort of figured it out. And we have a very select group of coaches, directors that are with us. And we each have a very, specific genre that we focus on, and that we are, obviously very well known for. And that's what we do. So we're doing, like Jeff and I just went to London at the beginning of this year and did London. We're doing San Francisco in February. We've got Portland, Oregon,
Austin, New York,
and New York coming up. So we don't go like every month. It's just like 5 cities throughout the year, and that's enough. That's about all we can deal with between all our schedules.
Well, these are top-notch coaches. So I'm so blessed to have moved to the LA area and to be able to work with these coaches, and certainly online is what we do too. But when I look at the names of the coaches, I mean, you can't miss out if the VO Roadshow comes near you. Yeah.
It's fun, and it's again, like, not to pat ourselves on the back, but it really is productive, and it's intense. I mean, it's a full day where, and the groups, we never take more than 12 people. So if there's 3 coaches, there's 4 of you working with me, 4 of you working with another coach, and then we worked really, say an hour and a half to 2 hours, then we switch. Another 2 hours switch, of course we have bring in lunch and everything too, but it's pretty intense. But because it's such a small group at a time, everybody gets really undivided attention, and sort of very tailored to them when they're on the mic and so on. So
speaking of tailored, so Mary Lynn, I talked to you about you in the third person and the first, excuse me. I'm like talking to our audience and talking to you. But one of the things that Mary Lynn does is once a year, maybe twice, if we're lucky, a full day just with you. And I had the pleasure of doing that.
What?
And
I've never heard of this. Tell me, what is this
because
called?
it's in person, right? It's in person. So it's, But where she'll just focus on, well, first of all, we haven't even said your focus is commercial, like commercial, it's commercial.
Yeah.
And so all the juju that you give is specific to that, but it's a whole day workshop, which I love doing. I sat there and I won't even describe, it's a little bit too private. So I felt like,
is it just you and Mary Lynn, or is it like
it's a group? So it's 12
a group
of you, which is so beneficial, because you get to not only hear what other people are doing and learn from them, but then meet people in the class who I end up being friends with forever. And even got one of my agents from going to one of the Meet the Pros night. It's not from the agent that was there, but from meeting someone that helped me with their agent. So it's so beneficial in so many ways. But I have to say, in terms of your process, I sat there and I was like, knew that voiceover is what I needed to do. Not that it was at the beginning, as in the, recent, but I was like, oh my God, there is no place I would rather be than here. I could do this every
Oh,
day, 8 hours a day, sit and listen to Mary Lynn coaching and participate. And oh, I love it so much.
Thank you.
Can you share just a little bit, not, don't share your secret sauce, but tell us a bit about your coaching process so people know when they contact you one-on-one what that's about.
Yeah, well, thank you for that lovely compliment. I truly love what I do, so I think that just kind of feeds the environment too. The way that I coach, and I always sort of preface my coaching with this, is I coach from the casting perspective, because that's what I do. I cast every day. Now we cast not just commercials, we'll cast like right now I'm working on a virtual reality thing. Every day it's something different. But I always focus on commercials because, number one, commercials are my most favorite thing. To me, they're sort of like these little, like mini movies, mini productions, and then they're done, so I coach from the casting perspective, not only learning the popular trends in commercial, the popular directions, which I call a foundation of commercials, but also what's trending in casting. And then I tailor that to the specific actor I'm working with. Because your approach, Kim, to doing a real person we might find a little bit of a different formula than maybe what I have Natasha do. So we really hone in on that. And then I just throw out all kinds of tips, tricks, and hacks, and whatever you want to call it, that make people sound, like better actors a lot of time. Because, one thing I've noticed in the world of voiceover, it is the one form, the one genre, if you will, of acting that people come into it. A lot of people come into it, not everybody, but a lot of people come into it with no acting background. I mean, you can't suddenly get on a TV series without some kind of training, or something. I mean, yes, it happens, but it's rare. Because you get a lot of people that, hey, I've always been told I have a great voice, or
listen to me sing this song.
Right. Or they were in radio for 35 years or something like that. So we have to kind of cut to the chase. So I give them all kinds of acting tricks and things. But again, it's very tailored. It's very individual, because what works for one person might not work for another. So I'm not even sure if I'm answering your question.
But
you totally did.
You did. And also, like, what I remember from my experience working with you was that you took what was particularly my strength, and you're like, you sound really good like this. Let's work on that aspect of you and approach copy that way. And that's what I appreciated.
Yeah. And then when we take more classes with you, we work on what we're not good at. And for me, that was painful. Really important.
But important.
But really hard.
Yeah. You have to conquer, what is painful and scary and, all that stuff, because those are the reads that are going to suddenly, you'll be inundated with, and you want to be able to feel confident when you send those auditions in, and your agent wants to feel confident that you
100%. Hey, I also want to share to the audience that Mary Lynn produced my demo, co-produced my commercial demo. Yeah. So tell us where you are in the process of coaching demos. You're collaborating with engineers or an engineer, or where are you with that?
Okay, where I am with that is I only do demos, and I only will do a commercial demo. I think other people do animation demos better than I do, and game demos or promo demos, whatever. Again, commercials are my love. I will only do a commercial demo for somebody that I know, somebody that's a student of mine, I've worked with, that I know them. Because number one, I feel confident that then, yes, they're ready to do a demo. Or if I don't think they are, then I would tell them. So that's my number one thing. Also, just because of my time, I don't have the time to be pumping out demos. I'm not in that fashion. And again, I approach it from what's trending in commercials and how that fits to that person's voice. So that's the way we, approach commercials. And so what I do is I personally write the copy for the actor, covering the popular directions. Then we'll have like a practice session where we go over that copy. That bird is not.
I was like, what is that?
The pleasures of living in California.
You want me to shut the window?
No.
It's fine. Okay.
It's
my neighbor. It's so anyway, and then we'll have a session where we work on the copy and practice it. And that way we've ironed out the kinks. We're all ready. You've got your triggers, your direction. So when you go into record and I'm directing you, I can say, okay, remember we talked about this one where we're going to add a little more snark or whatever it is, and you're comfortable with it. And there's a little bit of that, recording day jitters is not freaking you out.
Yeah.
Tim Friedlander, who and Carson Beck I work with, they own West Coast Demos. They do all the audio production for me. So
Wow.
on the day of recording, you can be recording from your home studio or come here to LA, Tim's studios in Hollywood. And I direct you. Tim does all the audio production. I will tell him I want this kind of music or this sound effect. And then Tim and Carson afterwards go and do the magic. They send it back to me. And then I pick the selects and the edits and so on.
Cool.
That's how we work.
Yes, it was wonderful. Can't recommend enough, but yes, so you only work with your students. Now, do you, when you take on students?
That's my question.
Yeah. Are you selective about your students? And if you don't take students, do you refer them to other coaches?
Yes. I prefer to only work with working pros. Again, not to sound snobby. I've just been in this for a really long time. So I kind of don't have the patience right now anymore for beginning, like, okay, here's your mic. You're going to go this much,
Right.
I've been there, done that for years and years and years. And there's some great beginning coaches that I suggest
Recommend?
work with. Yeah.
Very good.
So I work mostly with working pros and, I just like to know that you've at least had some kind of voiceover, if not experience, training or something like that. You're not completely new to the whole business of voiceover.
Mhm.
Cool.
Mhm.
So how best people contact you? Go to your website or email you, or what do you think?
Either one. They can email me at, you want me to give it out?
Go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah, VoicesVoicecasting at Gmail. It's one long word, VoicesVoicecasting at Gmail. Or they can also go to the website, and I think there's a email.
Oh, it's right there on the website
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we will
But
share.
we'll put it down below so
Oh,
everyone
cool.
can
Thank
just
you.
click on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much to give, and we are
All right.
so happy.
I need to ask the best
have you.
question. Most embarrassing moment or most memorable?
I saw that question. And
Yeah,
I was
there's-
like, God, where do I go?
And if you don't want to answer it, we'll take it off. We'll take it off. But
There's some memorable ones. There's some embarrassing ones. There's some.
Have you seen our show?
What?
Have you seen our show? Because embarrassing is how we go. I peed myself today when I coughed, and she thought that was hilarious.
For me, but it was embarrassing for the student. Was I
Please.
guess there was a student, I didn't know he had a crush on me.
Oh.
And so we did our lesson, and he had bought like a 4-pack of lessons, and it was the last day, and I guess he had a roommate or a friend over or something. And so we're finishing up, and I think his friend thought we were done, and it's like, is that the girl? That's the girl like you really like, right? Oh yeah, she's kind of cute. And I was like, I sort of pretended like I didn't hear, and I said, okay, well, and I got all nervous, like, just keep me posted on your demo.
So was that a Skype session or something?
Yeah. And I could see his face, and he started like talking louder and louder and louder. And he's like, I'm busted. And
Who would do that if you're still on the screen?
I don't know. It was kind of embarrassed. I was, I felt so awkward.
So did he say busted? Did he say that out loud?
He did.
Oh, now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. And, and so yeah.
That's the best ending. So yeah.
Yeah. And it ended there, because I wasn't interested, but I felt more embarrassed for him than for me, it was like, oh crap, get me off the phone call.
We all are feeling more embarrassed for him right now.
Yeah. It was really sweet, but it just, like it wasn't something that was ever going to happen, But,
well,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. But, and I've had some, as far as like just memorable, I've had so many students that have, done so well. I've kind of seen them blossom and then become like, just do incredibly well. And, again, the mom and me, it beams. I just get so proud of them and so happy. And I'm right there with them every step of the way. So there's so many of those wonderful, memorable moments, that I love.
Oh, I love
Well,
that.
thank you for being here today. It is our honor. I'm delighted you said yes.
I know.
Oh my gosh, you too. I would do anything. I'm honored that you even asked me. So thank you.
Oh,
Thank
so
you.
glad.
I love it. I love it.
So
Well,
good.
hopefully in-person hugs soon.
Yeah, stay safe, stay well.
Same with you ladies. And I'm glad that you're all healthy and well, and you've got this great show going on. It's so fun. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Love you
Big
so
hugs.
much.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that was fun.
Oh gosh.
It's more fun being in her class, I have to say. I have benefited so much from being in her workshops, classes, one-on-one, all the things. And I was happy for our community when we could only do digital so that they could access her workshops.
Yeah,
Because that is a huge deal. Like going to these things are a huge deal. Even by Zoom, there's still only a small number of people allowed. So they get enough time on the workshops, and she's not, made it this massive thing. So
well, jump on that link as soon as that email comes out. Grab yourself a space.
And if you want to get on her email list, just go to her website, VoicesVoicecasting.com.
I'm going to be elbowing you out of the way.
Maybe we don't want you to sign up, but anyway, for her benefit, please sign up. So thank you for watching. Be sure to check out speechlessvo.com because there you can join our party. And leave comments below. We will have recipes on our website and in our, well, not on our website. We have the recipes on the special email list.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you
get on our email list.
Yeah. But
For
actually
sure.
we also have the recipes down below, don't we? I think we
Can't
do.
remember. I think so.
See, with Kim and I together, we're just much better because we can't remember anything. So fuck it. Let's be awesome now. We got shit to do.
Speechless.